Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and today I'm going to do a full face almost of Makeup Revolution Cosmetics, or now they're known as Revolution Cosmetics. So I use their concealer, as you know. I absolutely love it. I think it's a total dupe for the Shape Tape. I wanted to go in and order their new foundation, their stick foundation. And when I did, I also ordered myself this beautiful blue highlighter. It's called Skin Kiss, and the shade is Star Kiss. And Makeup Revolution was kind enough to send a few other items along my way. This right here, the Pro HD Glow Getter highlighter palette, which reminds me a lot of the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter palette. And I also received this for free, which was the Makeup Revolution. They got 1 million followers on Instagram. So they released this palette. It has a mirror, and these are the shades, which are absolutely stunning. Congratulations, guys. I'm really proud of you. So we have that to use today. And then, of course, and they also sent over this. This is the Mermaid Kiss baked highlighter, and it basically comes in this cardboard heart, and let's see if I can get it out of the box. Looks like this. Beautiful. I don't know if I would use that as a highlighter, but maybe. I don't know. I feel like you could also use it as an eyeshadow, especially certain parts of the highlighter. So we have that, and you guys know that, like the concealer, I have a few staples from Makeup Revolution that are in my collection. For instance, I always use the Blur Primer. I do have this baking powder, which I've used many times before. This is the Ghost shade, which is my shade. They also have Lace, they have Banana, they have many different shades of their baking powder. So that's the one I use. And then you guys know that my favorite bronzer highlighter duo is the chocolate Bronze and Glow, which looks like this. And then I also have, you can't even see that it says Makeup Revolution on here anymore because it's worn off, but this is the Sugar and Spice Ultra Blush Palette, which it has blush shades, and it also has 2 highlighters here. You could tell it's pretty well loved. So we're going to use that today as well. And then I have some of their lip colors. I have these 2 as an option, and then I have this Bullet lipstick, which is a pink shade. I think I got this for the name. Nope, this isn't the one. I have another one called Pinkerbell. So yeah, so I have some, stuff on my own already, and then some stuff that they sent over, and then some stuff that I just ordered. So today we're going to do a look with their 1 million followers on Instagram palette, and I'm really excited for them, and I'm excited for this video. And I hope you guys are too. So let's get started. So I already moisturized. I got this little sample of Clinique Pep Start moisturizer. It is a Hydra Blur moisturizer. It sort of reminds me of the Glam Glow Waterburst moisturizer, but I don't feel like it's quite as hydrating, and I feel like it did pill up a little bit. I don't know. It's not my favorite so far, but we'll see how makeup lays on top of it. So I'm going to take just a little bit of my my Blur Primer from Makeup Revolution, which I use often. It reminds me exactly, and I mean exactly, of the Touche Eclat Blur Primer. I honestly can't hardly tell a difference whatsoever between the two. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on so it has a chance to sink into our face while we do our eyes. Okay. Just want to make sure that that is all in. It has a very silicone-y feel, but a little bit tacky still, so I feel like it really makes your foundation stick. So first and foremost, we're going to go in with that palette. And let me see. Nope, there are no shade names. Nope. And I really think it's such a cute little touch how in the eyeshadows it actually says 1 million on some of them. It's embossed in there, so I think that's a nice touch. So we're going to go in with our, you guessed it, MAC paint stick in white. And I'm gonna put that on my eyelids all over. I think I'm gonna do a half cut crease today. All right, we're gonna take our Real Techniques sponge and just blend that out. I honestly have never used any eyeshadows from Makeup Revolution, so I'm excited. I don't know if I can really judge it from this palette. I don't know if it's different from their other formula. I do want to get the Soph X palette. Sophie Does Nails here on YouTube did a collaboration with them, and she did an eyeshadow palette and she did a highlighter palette. So I would definitely love to get those soon so that I can try out their normal eyeshadow formulation. So we're going to go in with our Wet n Wild crease brush. And I believe I'm going to start with this shade right here. Okay. And this is like a light mauve shade. So far that's very easy to blend. It's not super pigmented initially, so which I kind of like from this type of shade because you can build it up, I feel like, and you don't have to immediately have that really harsh, you know, in your face color. And then I'm going to go in next with this shade right here, which is like a shimmery mauve plum-ish brown color. I feel like this is going to be a semi-neutral look for me, kind of like my last look. This palette theme actually reminds me of a MAC holiday palette that I got a few years back. It was like, it had like Sketch and Tracks, I think was one of the eyeshadows. It kind of, this one reminds me a little bit of Tracks, except for more pigmented, because I feel like Tracks is a little bit harder to build up than this one. So far I really like these shades. I like the way they're building up. And don't worry, I'm going to be putting a lot of eyeshadow kind of on the outer part here, and that's because I'm going to just take a makeup wipe when I'm done and wipe it so I have that sharp edge. And then I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which reminds me of the color Sketch from MAC, except maybe a little bit more brown toned. And I'm just going to put that on the outer portion. I might pull in a color from somewhere else that is slightly more purple, because that's kind of how I was envisioning this look, was just a little bit more purple than this, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I like it. The eyeshadows, like I said, they're very blendable and very pigmented, but buildable at the same time. I think I'm gonna grab the, because I have it, woo, I almost dropped my mirror, you guys. That would not have been good. I have my Kat Von D Metal Matte palette here, and there's a shade called Ribbon, which is right here, and a shade called Velvet, which is on the outer part here. And I could use either one of those to make it a little bit more purple. I think I'm going to use Ribbon, which is the more purple, and just kind of go on the outer portion. I just want it to be a little bit more purple, like I said, than the Makeup Revolution palette can give me. I feel like that's pretty much the same shade as the Makeup Revolution one. Alright, well I guess we're doing a wine burgundy look. Okay, so put the Metal Matte palette away. So then I'm going to go in with a Morphe flat shader brush from my blue palette, and I think I'm gonna go in with this on my lid and on my brow bone, the lightest shade. This is not going to be for any other purpose because I am gonna put glitter there, which is actually going to give us the half cut crease. You can do half cut creases with glitter, you can do it with concealer. I could do it with my paint stick, but today I'm going to do it with one of the Stila Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glows. And then I have a definite cut crease with negative space planned for one of my next tutorials with the Divine Kat Von D palette, which I'm really excited about filming. So, and I don't know if that's going to be the next video going up or just one of the next ones, but it's going to be soon. And then I'm just kind of re-intensifying this because I feel like putting it on my brow bone kind of took away from that. Okay. Then we're gonna go in with our Stila Magnificent. Actually, first I'm gonna do a wing liner. So I'm gonna take, this is from Tattooed? No. Scone? I don't know. I got it in an Ipsy bag. It's pretty much like the Kat Von D tattoo liner. And I'm just gonna do a simple, we'll see how simple it is, wing liner. I am not a master at this yet, but I'm getting there. Okay, it's a pretty big wing. And I'm doing this first because I feel like with glitter, it's sometimes hard to go over top of glitter with a wing liner. Sometimes the wing liner does not want to stick or go over it easily. So I think it's just better sometimes to do it first. Okay, then we're gonna go in, this is in the shade Diamond Dust. I love these. I just use the applicator directly, and I'm just going to put that on my lid, but I'm gonna bring it in to the plum, and it's kind of gonna give us that half cut crease look. See? It's very intense. I feel like I need to store these better, maybe, I don't know. I also use these very frequently in my daily life. I think this might be my first time using one on camera. I don't remember. But this, in addition to the Urban Decay glitter liners, I think is like the easiest way to apply glitter. Although I really do feel like I need to get another one of these. I don't know if it's dried out. I don't think so. I feel like, I think it's because it's been on its side. There we go. Ah, much better. Much better. Okay. And then we're going to do two little things to fix it, which we're going to take the brush once this dries. We're going to take the brush and we're just going to go right on the outer edge to make sure that it's not a harsh line between the glitter and the plummy mauve shade. And then we're going to go back in with our with our liquid liner, and we're just going to clean up just the inner corner because I feel like we lost some of it when the glitter got on top of it. This liner actually does pretty well going over glitter. Very good. Okie doke. Now, we're going to go in with a makeup wipe, my Neutrogena Night Calming. And we're going to, I usually take it like that, and then I can use like my fingertip and my fingernail to kind of, we're just going to make that a really sharp line. See that? Yeah, I went to my mailbox yesterday and I got a bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna be filming with the new things that I got, and that's my dog. She's really excited because she knows, she can hear me talking, and she knows that right after this we're going for a walk, so she's really excited. Okay, now we're gonna try this foundation. We'll see how it is. This is the Revolution Fast Base Stick foundation, and I have it in the shade F1. So it looks like this. This is a fairly neutral ivory type of shade. Sophie, it's okay. And I think I'm gonna go in one side of my face first, or just one portion, because I'm not sure how much of it I'm gonna need. I'm not sure what kind of coverage it's gonna give me. I'm gonna go with my Sonia Kashuk sponge and kind of blend that out. And I already pre-wetted this. Okay. She is a Chihuahua too, so she, you know, they have those small, right, I'm just gonna put it everywhere. They have those small nasal passages. So we'll blend this out, and then I'll tell you what I think about it, what it looks like close up. We'll look at it in my close-up mirror, and I'll tell you what kind of finish I think it is. So far, I think it's probably going to be pretty matte, and I'll also tell you what kind of coverage I think it gives. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, as always. It is, at the moment, it looks really dry-ish, and I don't have dry skin. Now, I will say, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna take it off. I know, crazy. We're gonna take it off because I used that Clinique moisturizer, which I already said was like pilling up, and I didn't really like it. And we're gonna go in with my normal moisturizer because I don't think it's fair to give the foundation a bad review if it's not the foundation's fault. So, because I never have foundations look dry that way on my skin. So, we're going to go in with my normal Glam Glow Illuminating Moisturizer. I also have makeup and swatches all over my hands and fingers, so please excuse me. I tried getting it off, but it stained a few of my fingers. Okay. So put that on. Give that a second to soak in while I re-wet my beauty blender. I'm actually going to use the Makeup Revolution Pro Base Aqua Priming Base as well, because I think that'll help. This is their Pro Base. It's kind of like the Smashbox Primer Water. I think that's the idea. Okay. And I'm just gonna blend those two. I think I just... only a little. It was dog hair. Sorry. Okay. That was my brow pencil. So we're gonna go back in with our liquid eyeliner because I think I wiped away just a little tiny bit. There we go. Gosh, that's so easy. So easy to fix. Okay. I really like this liner. Let's figure out better who it's by. It says Insanely Intense Tattooed Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Jet Black. And the company just says Skone. S-K-O-N-E Cosmetics. So I'm glad I got that in my Ipsy bag. And that was like a while back. Okay, that's had a moment to sit in. Now I'm going to go back in with my Blur Primer. I'm just going to use a little bit, like always. And I think I'm just going to put it where my pores are this time. And then kind of blend it out to the perimeters of my face. Yeah, see, with that moisturizer, I can put primer over top of it, any primer, and it doesn't pill up that way. So we'll see if that was the difference. Back in with the foundation. I do think this is a good shade. I think it is neutral. So we will see how this works. Should I try it with a brush too? Normally I go in with stick foundations with a brush. Okay, let me take, this is like that rainbow one, but it's by a company called Manky. I don't know. Got it on Amazon. Okay. So I'll do part of my face with this brush, and I'll do part with a beauty blender or my Sonia Kashuk sponge. Okay. No, I don't think so. Nope. Maybe. Yeah, no, that's blending it out okay. It already looks better than before. I can tell you that. Okay. I'm going to do the rest with the sponge. And see how I like it with the sponge. If I like it just as much. Yep. Okay. So, I think that this foundation is fine. I think it is. It was definitely the moisturizer that I used underneath, which I've always said that if your skin and your skincare routine isn't good, then your makeup won't, like if you're not taking care of your skin, I should say, and you're not prepping it properly, then your makeup isn't gonna lay right. So I'm not saying you have to have perfect, flawless Instagram skin, because I don't, but you do have to at least be like taking care of it and putting what's appropriate for your skin on it. So it's definitely looking better. Although I will say, I am not a, I don't have to have full coverage in my foundation. We're gonna go in with our concealer, and in this I'm in the shade C1. But I will say that, you know, because some people will say, oh, this foundation isn't full coverage. And to me, it'll seem full coverage because I don't have a whole lot, knock on wood, that I'm trying to conceal. This one I can tell that it's not full coverage. So that says something. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it's not my favorite foundation. And I always want to be honest with you guys. It's not my favorite stick foundation either. I've tried, what have I tried? I've tried the YSL Touche Éclat, the Vanishing Stick Foundation from, or not the Touche Éclat, what am I even talking about? The Lancome Tint Idole. I've tried the Hourglass Vanishing Stick foundation. I've tried the Matte Fit Me Stick Foundation from Maybelline. I even like that one better than this one, I'm gonna be honest. I just feel like it really collects in certain areas. I think it definitely looks better than, like I said, with the other moisturizer on, but I don't think it's the best foundation. And you can even see a little bit of redness peeking through, which I don't normally have redness. So I mean, that could have been from me wiping off my makeup a few times, you know, because I cleaned my face before I started and then I had to wipe it off and start again. So that's what that redness is probably from. But I'm not used to having that peek through on foundations. I don't think it's a bad foundation. I think that if you're looking for a light coverage type of foundation, then you found it. But I like a foundation to really even my skin tone, and I don't even feel like this really did it. And I feel like it's very tacky still, even though I feel like I've been blending it in for like 30 years. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of that Ghost baking powder, and I'm just going to set my under eyes and the sides of my nose, my chin. A lot. My forehead. And this does not leave, like, even though it looks really white when you first put it on, it does not leave a white cast, which I like. So I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques Duo Fiber Face Brush. And I'm going to go in with my Better Skin Face Powder by Maybelline. And I'm just going to buff that into the skin over top of knocking that. See, and this is another thing. So I've used that Ghost baking powder before, and I've never had the issue with it sticking to my foundation, but you can see that my chin has like a white cast on it, which it normally doesn't do with the baking powder. So it's definitely, in my opinion, it's definitely the foundation that's grabbing onto. I really wanted to like it. I mean, it's only like $9, I think. But if it's not good, it's not good. I don't know. And also, it could be good for somebody who is really oily. You know, like I'm exact combination. And if I get something that's like too mattifying, it will stick to my skin. If I get something that's too, you know, oily, then my skin will become oily. So yeah, but that's, let me look at it with the powder on top. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. This isn't the worst that my skin has looked, but it's definitely a very natural finish, which isn't bad, like I said. But and it's like separating layer, which it's giving me issues that I don't normally have with my foundation. I'm going in with the Wet n Wild contour brush, and I'm using the chocolate bronzing powder for my contour and my bronzer. I feel like this bronzer is not even showing up the same as it would without this foundation. I don't know. And I will also be honest and say this is the first Makeup Revolution product that I've not really loved, because as a whole I love their brand. Even though this is a very neutral eye, I love it. You know, it's normally not my cup of tea to wear a really neutral eye, but I really like it. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Smoldering Eye Pencil because, did I just drop the brush? Because I don't have a Makeup Revolution eyeliner. Oh, this foundation makes me sad. I mean, you can see that my face looks like powdered. You know what I mean? Let me use some of my Kopari spray. I usually use that to meld the powders into the skin. Maybe I need that. I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is the one from the MAC Sharon Osbourne, Kelly Osbourne collection. And first I'm going to go in with that shade that reminds me of Tracks. And I'm going to buff out that liner on the lower lash line. Whew. Okay. But yeah, I've tried their blush, I've tried their bronzer, their highlighter, their concealer is amazing. I've heard that their liquid foundation is amazing. Now I'm taking that sketch color, I'm just putting it on the outer half only. So I don't know. I love their blush palette. I literally love their eyeshadow palette, the one that I used today. So it's the only product so far that I haven't liked by them. So I'm not sure what is going on. We're going to use the blush palette. I'm going to go into that pink and that peach together. And I'm going to use that on the Morphe M530. You can tell I use it for blush a lot, but it kind of stained. So I actually cleaned it yesterday, so. I like a intense blush, especially when I do a more neutral eye. Okay. And I'm actually going to use a different brush to highlight today. I'm going to use the Morphe M438. And I'm going to go into the Glow Getter palette, which I'm telling you guys, it's gorgeous. And it comes in this hard plastic. I know that Ofra Cosmetics has one that's like, you know, they have one that has like the Beverly Hills highlighter. That reminds me a little bit of this one here. I'm going to go into this pink right here since I have kind of a pink theme going on. It is called Prismatic Kiss. And I'm just going to take that on this brush. Oh, wait. Gotta spray our face with Fix Plus. I always like to spray my face before I put on highlighter because I feel like it really gives an intense blinding highlight. Wow, that's beautiful. Their highlighters are not chalky at all. It's really like an iridescent, like shimmery pink. That is gorgeous. No, I can't with this foundation though. I'm telling you guys, it's just made my skin look worse and worse and worse as I've been wearing it. It just, I feel like even though I set it with 2 different powders, it still isn't set. I can't. I can't. I feel like nothing wants to lay on top of it right. And I literally feel like everything, I have texture that I normally don't have. My contour looks muddy. You can still see my sunspot, but barely. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan at all of the foundation. Let's do mascara, then lips, and then we're done. I'll give you my final thoughts. Actually, I'll give you my final thoughts while we're doing those. So I really love the eyeshadow palette. If that is an indication of what their eyeshadow palettes are normally like, which I think it is, because I watch a lot of people that use a lot of Makeup Revolution, like Shannon Shortcake. Oh, love her channel. She's freaking amazing. And she does 98% of the products she uses are Makeup Revolution. So I love her channel. And she loves their eyeshadow products. So, but based on just the one I've tried, I can say for sure they're very blendable, they're pigmented, they made me like a neutral look on myself, so that's always a plus. I'm just gonna throw my hair up because it's driving me a little nuts. And okay, I love their blush, I love their highlighter, I love their bronzer. I'm gonna go in with Jeffree Star Weirdo just because I want to spice up this look a little bit with some black lipstick. I love the highlighter palette. I feel like that highlighter that I used would have looked even better if it was over a different foundation. I normally love the Ghost baking powder. I'll use it in a different video so you guys can see that it does not normally grab onto foundation that way. The only thing, literally, the only product that I have never liked from Makeup Revolution, I would say would be this foundation. I will give it another try at some point in the future because I do like to try things more than once. As you guys know, I had that Physicians Formula primer. Now it is going back to the store because I have the Becca Backlit Primer, which I feel like it's an exact dupe for. But the first time I tried it, I hated it. The second time I tried it with a different combo of products underneath, and I loved it. So You never know. But this is the final look. I hope you guys like it. I'll put close-ups of it on my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below anything that you want to see on my channel. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Have a good night. Take care.